shocking truth is that Luminar is the easiest photo editing software to use if you know how to use a few secret tools. To make it a challenge, I'll be editing this photo to show you how you can use 5 quick Luminar secrets to create pro-level photos. And let's make this like a video game. The first secret is to use the presets that you have available to you. Now, presets, I feel like, get a bad name for all the influencers who are trying to sell you presets that actually don't work. But the presets that come with Luminar are set for landscape and nature scenes, if that's what you're into. I found that they help you create a personal style that you can replicate over and over that's really hard to do in other platforms. I always settle on forest streams, so I click that and then reduce it down to a level that I feel is realistic, somewhere around 50 for this specific photo. So using presets is a huge secret and a hack to really getting your own personal style in your landscape photography. Secret number 2 is to use the AI tools that are available to you. I really like just the basic AI enhance tool that basically does several things to your photo, as you can see as I scroll this up and down. What is it actually doing here is it's lifting the highlights, dropping the shadows, but adding more contrast and clarity to the overall photo as well, creating more depth into the image. So it's doing a lot of different things at once that really don't even need you to get down into the develop slider. You can basically do everything you want to just with the Accent AI Enhance tool like I'm doing in this photo. Now I've already used 2 of these secrets, and let's look at the before and after here, and we can already tell that I've greatly enhanced this photo in just 2 clicks of the mouse. Secret number 3 is color, and it's not just going into saturation and vibrance. We want to pinpoint each color in the photo and bring it out as much as possible. So let's go down to the HSL sliders that are right under color, and instead of hue, I'm going to go over into saturation. Now I'm going to pick out the colors that are in this photo. So if I just zoom in on specific parts, I can see that there's red, orange, yellow, green, all those fall colors are really popping out in this image. So I'm just going to increase the saturation of those to a realistic look just by dragging the saturation up a little bit on those. So red, orange, yellow, even green coming in there. On the flip side of that, if there's too much saturation of one color, you can now pull that down and specify that one color. So I'm just going to pull down the blue saturation to reduce the blue in the water. Now, everything that I did with saturation, I also want to mirror with luminance. So I'm going to bring up the luminance of that red, orange, yellow, green, and a little bit of the blue as well. I'm going to lift that too. So now this photo is really starting to look good with just 3 secret tools. If you're not using Luminar and you want to check it out, I have a link in the pinned comment and in the video description for you to look at and add Luminar to your arsenal for photography. Secret number 4 is masking. And when I say masking, you may get a little bit nervous, and that's okay because I used to as well, but I didn't know how to do it so easily in Luminar. Here's how you do it. For this, I'm going to add some mystical glow. Now, for mystical, I'm just going to increase that as much as possible, all the way to 100. Now, this looks pretty bad, but here's how you specify where you want this effect to be and how it works. If I go to masking, that's right next to adjustments, I'm going to click on brush, and now I can paint this exactly where I want it to be. Why I like this so much is because scrolling up to 100, you can see how this effect works in the landscape, and then you can add it just where you want it to go. Now I can come back over to adjustments and scroll down the amount that I want in that specific section. I added it to the trees because the trees were very misty, and with mist it's hard to see all the way through it, and I wanted that mystical glow in the trees to really lift that fall color. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the glow, but use a Orton effect soft and increase that amount all the way, go to masking, and just paint it in the exact same spot of the trees. So masking is a huge hack that you can use for your photography to make glow effects and bring out specific parts of the photo that you want. Secret number 5 is a trick that's been around for years. Even Ansel Adams used this. It's called dodging and burning, and Luminar makes it really easy. If you click on dodge and burn down here at the bottom, you'll see that it's broken up into lighten and darken. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of stuff going on between the ears right here. So if I'm using dodging and burning, I can't remember which one is brightening and darkening, but in Luminar, they just say, hey, use this one for lighten, use this one for darken. So I'm just gonna click on lighten, and I'm going to paint in where I want you to notice first in the photo. So any of the subjects I'm going to paint in, maybe some of these rocks over here that are right next to the waterfall, I'll brighten up those. And then with the amount slider, I'll just drag that down to a point that I like. Now, anything that I did with lighten, I'm gonna do the opposite with darken and paint on the outside of where I painted with the lighten. So I'm gonna come down here to darken. My amount is already set, and I'm just going to paint in the darken in the areas of water down here that I don't want as much detail and attention coming into. Maybe some of these other rocks out on the edges and also into the corners of the photo as well to kind of make my own vignette to this image to draw you into the center of the photo. So that looks pretty good. Now we've used all these tools. Let's look at the before and after real quick. So in just 5 secret clicks and tools, here's what we started with and here's what we finished with. It's pretty easy to use Luminar if you use these secrets. If you want more Luminar videos that are going to help you level up your photography, click or tap this card showing up on your screen right now.